one knows what it's like to be the bad man, to be the sad man behind
Brown.
eyes.
Good evening, and welcome to Behind Brown Eyes, the Matt D'Andrea story. Now, before we bring out the star, let me tell you a few facts that you probably already know about him. He stormed into Bloomsburg University in 2011 and took the campus by storm. There probably has not been a student like him since. He was Campus Cutie a few weeks ago. He was the star of the popular segment Can You Do It? And you may know him as number 97 on the ice. And you may also know him as number 1 in your hearts. And here he is, the man himself, Mr. Matt D'Andrea. Give it up, everybody. So, tell me a little bit about your time on Can You Do It? How was it? I mean, seen the videos, loved them, huge fan. On Can You Do It? That was interesting. That was a lot of hard work we did. We did a bunch of videos, Vince and I, and you know, we had to get really creative towards the end. We pretty much just ran out of ideas, and whatever we could think of is what we did. My favorite challenge of that had to be the wing eating contest. Well, the hot wing contest. I've always wanted to see if I could do one of those extremely hot wings, and you know, you saw the video, you know what I'm talking about. I did it. It was very hard. I was sweating and stuff. I was crying pretty much, but you know, I persevered and did it. But it was very challenging. We had a couple ideas cut, including the cracker challenge, which was another one that we did last minute. We filmed it about an hour before we had to edit it, and that got cut because apparently that's not a challenge. But that's a whole nother thing. But yeah, all in all, it was a great experience. Had a lot of fun times with Vince, and I definitely wouldn't do it again, but I'm glad I did it. It sounds like you two had a lot of fun on that. And speaking of Can You Do It, one of my favorite segments was when you did the hockey segment with the Flyers player shooting on the Penguins player, and what brings up another point of something I heard about your past. I heard in middle 2010 it was, that you battled a bit of depression, was it? Yeah, the Great Depression of 2010, that's what I call it. That was a tough month of June with Michael Leighton landing up the worst goal, not just in Stanley Cup history, but in NHL history, really. It was a tough time, I must say, and what made it harder was that we were just so close, and we haven't been anywhere near as close since. It's, you know, after that, I hit the bottle pretty hard. You know, I became best buddies with Jack and Jim and all those other great whiskeys, and you know, it sucked for a while. It's tough for me to talk about, really, because it just brings me back to such a dark time. But you know, with each year, it's honestly getting worse. I honestly won't be cured of this until we win a cup, and this year it's not helping one bit. They suck, is really what it comes down to. Yeah, man, it seems tough. I mean, that loss still gets to me. I just still picture Patrick Kane scoring, and you know, I battled depression too. You know, we have a lot in common. Like our pants, our shoes are the exact same. How about that? But a lot of people, myself included, are always talking about how awesome your life is and how they want to be you. Tell me, what can you say to those people to discourage them from saying that kind of stuff? Yeah, I do get a lot of tweets about people saying they want to be me, but you know, it's not all it's cracked up to be, folks. There's a lot of pressure and a lot of expectations behind being this good looking, and you know, one of the hardest things about it, and something I had personally had trouble adjusting to in college, is getting to class on time because of this. What would happen back in high school if I was in the bathroom for too long? My parents would knock on the door, tell me the bus is leaving, and to get my ass out the door into school. But up in college, I don't have that. What happens is I will go in the bathroom, get a shower, and then, you know, I'll look in the mirror to fix my hair, and I'll accidentally look in my eyes, and you know, I just get lost in, around, and behind these brown eyes. But you know, and it feels like maybe 2-3 seconds I'm looking at them, and the next thing you know, 40-50 minutes has passed, I'm a half hour late for class, and the teacher's heard this excuse like 7 times. They don't buy it anymore, really. But you know, that's got to be the hardest thing about being me. You know, that does seem extremely difficult, and I feel bad for you, buddy, but that is all the time we have today. Thanks for joining me. It was a pleasure being on the show. Thanks for having me.